Well, Friday afternoon, Specialized hosted a clinic, and the first 25 people who signed up got to join, and we showed up, and actually there were probably more like 45 people there, which was pretty cool that many people were interested in being there.
Meredith and I just tried to go through each section of the course and break it down the way we would in a race. We started right on the starting grid, everyone 1 foot down, did a starting drill, and from there we just showed them pretty much every aspect of the course.
Jesse and I started it by taking people around the course, and at each different feature, each different section, we would stop and kind of cover how we would ride it, and then each time people would ask questions.
It was great. We had a lot of Q&A time. We would demonstrate a little bit, for instance, how to dismount the barriers and how to fluidly get back on the bike, which most of the riders already knew. But then, you know, we'd always leave some time for questions. People had specific things they wanted to work on.
So people had questions about that, just about the right line to take and how fast you can go, and really for most people it's about this about what you're most comfortable with, because smoothest is the fastest way to get through it.
Yeah, there were definitely a few equipment choice questions. We tried to keep it more technique focused as opposed to equipment. I think everyone had pretty much was already set up on good bikes and stuff.
And so we just kind of covered each one of those sections one by one as we came to it, and every now and then people would rewrite it, you know, after we talked about it, and then after we got through that whole thing, then we did one lap, you know, as a big group, and just, you know, would stop and answer questions when we needed to. And there were a lot of good questions, like I said, just about, you know, what kind of gear to be in, what kind of speed you can take into corners and turns, especially the loose stuff. We talked about the start at the beginning being aggressive, elbows out. You know, I made a joke that cyclocross really is a contact sport, so don't be afraid to ride with the elbows out, and, you know, don't let anyone take that wheel, take your space when you need it. And I think everybody had a good time out there. We got a lot of positive feedback from everybody who said they had a good time, and throughout the weekend when we, you know, saw people who had been at the clinic, they said that there were a lot of things that they took away from the clinic that helped them during the races over the weekend.